Greetings, traveler.
Calm down, I'm a
So Lear, thank you for the sub. Welcome. Good to have you here. If you want to do leaderboard, this run needs to go easily more than 10, right? There's no way you can do less than 10 with this and be competitive for leaderboard. It's got it's a very, very nice deck. Because you're going to get less nice decks, right? Which are going to score lower. So you need to make up with these decks for your other decks. We liking that Devil Sword, baby. I think I played well up to most of the run. What were my losses by? I don't beat the Hunter, I don't beat the Shaman. I might beat the Paladin. I like Devil Sword here though. Like, I like Beef and Rogue. My beefy rogues. I kind of like Fallen Sun for combo activation and shenanigans. Bloodworm and Rogue is playable. Mindbreaker is A3. You dagger on 2, then you Mindbreaker. Yeah, that's kind of close. One of these two. Which classes would you recommend to learn when you're just starting with Arena? Probably Paladin and Mage. You don't have to address me like that, Ayus. Especially not with that stupid smiley after that. Devil Star is an interesting pick. Would have been your third choice. I really like a more reactive mid-rangey rogue, where Devil Star really shines. So I'm debating on the Bloodworm or the Mindbreaker. It is one of the two. There are better 5s. For Rogue, I mean, are there better 5s? Of course, right? This is a low roll pack. The purpose of the Bloodworm is the healing later on. It's not because it's a great play on 5. The other day, QA wrecked me so hard. It's okay, Ayus. I will just reply to things I dislike, right? It's better that I say that and we keep a healthy atmosphere in chat. I think it is a Mindbreaker, if only to test it a bit. I haven't played with it in ages in Rogue. With Dagger on 2, it seems like a play. How did the Pally run go? We ended up with 9. 2 losses I don't think I could have prevented. 1 loss against the Paladin I might have. But I'm okay with it, right? It's not like I'm... Like, I feel like I've progressed a lot. I can enjoy just playing without playing at my 100%. Phyla Worm is super, super nice. It's so good. I do still like Sprint here, even though we have the big boys. And it means that we can dial it down a bit from here on out. Mossy Horror. We have Mindbreaker and Cleric, but Mossy Horror has been a super nice swing card for me. And it's kind of the cards I'm looking for anyway in Rogue. Tempo swings. Sludge is fine, definitely not Geist. Ooh, this is awkward. We're not getting a good tempo card here. I think Acolyte of Pain's probably the least, like, 100% value-y. Cult Master is... Yeah, I don't think it's Pickpocket. It's Cult or it's Acolyte. We have Sun Cleric for Acolyte. I feel like Acolyte is just a little less greedy than Cult Master, but... I guess Acolyte is awkward with Mossy. That's one. Hey, Perdues, thank you for that. Both Collins and I do appreciate that. Collins will be on for a run later today. He's taken today off, but managed to entice him into 1 run. If you're used to streaming 12 hours a day, 1 run is... Just say that you like picking the gold cards. Alright, I like gold cards, okay? Sue me. I think it's still Cult Master, but it is close. Cult Master is a bit more aggressively statted. Probably Necromancer, just the thing to play. Stormwind's a bit too heavy. This feels like it might be Pyromancer. It's definitely not Bone Drake. We have enough stuff, and I don't like Bone Drake in general right now. Fan of Knives has been really good for me, so I will gravitate towards the Pyro. The Crawler would have also been fine. I think I'm leaning towards Glacial Shard here to make everything flow a little nicer. It's a decent card for that. It's a nice combo activator. I like Shiv in this kind of rogue. This is definitely not a Cold Blood rogue. This is a slow, reactive rogue, which I feel pretty comfortable with right now. And Shiv does perform in those decks. We also have a lot of Pyromancers, so they go nicely together. I'm not against picking a second Shiv. They allow this deck to flow nicely. Ogre puts another big boy on the board. Crazed Alchemist gives us a bit more flexibility. We currently have 2 big boys here and a Sprint. Ogre is not a terrible pick. I think this one's pretty close. It's not Corpse Razor for me. Do we have anything cool with the Elk? We can flip something and then Mossy it, but then this would die to the Mossy. Slow Rogue with Sprint? Yeah, but the meta is in a spot where it's kind of doable, Spike. This is a tough one. Corpse Razor sweet with the Devilsaur, yeah, but I feel like it's too greedy. Like right now, the Alchemist is definitely the safer pick here. And we might pick up some Minstrels instead of Ogre, so I'll pick Alch, but it's close. I'll pick this because it's a card. Game, what happened? We were doing okay. This is not a sneaky devil kind of deck. I think it might just be Kobold Illusionist. You might pull Worm, you might pull Cold, right? It's not a sneaky devil deck. Ooh, it's a Fan of Knives deck though. Ooh, this deck likes Fan of Knives. Too much. Take a Gastropod here for early defense. Okay, probably Harvest Golem. Oh man, Sea Giant is so nice, but I think this is a Shadow Blade. Or, yeah. We can still pick up some value. Probably another Harvest Golem. 3, yeah. We want good 3s for sure. Betrayal is amazing in this kind of deck. Okay, we need a bit more value now, like a tiny bit. I think it's Crusader. I don't want 2 fans and 2 shivs and a pyro. This is a good mix. Poison would be fine, it's also a pyro proc. We don't have much combo activation other than that. Like we don't really have combo, right? Yeah, we don't have combo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. It's probably still Scarlet because I do really like the independent premium 3s. But the poison helps with the pyro. But I do like stacking on 3s. It's so close, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 3s right now. If I get one more 3, it's fine. Maybe it is poison for the pyro. No second fan? No, definitely not. We got pyro, fan, and 2 shivs. That'll do it. That'll do it. Otherwise, it's gonna get a bit weird. The poison's weird. Like, I feel in reactive decks, the poison is bad. It's just for the pyro that I'm considering it. So what do I want from the rest of my draft? I want Kidnapper / Valspine / Sap. One of those 3. Or multiples. I want a Perdition's Blade over my poison. I'm gonna go with the Crusader, but it's actually a really close call. I don't think it's Gastropod, it's Messenger or Inspector. Man, this deck needs a bit more value now. I think we still pick the Messenger for reactiveness and just hope for a big value card. Okay, I'll take the Perditions here. The Napper is nice, but we picked the Scarlet, so we're good. Perditions is really nice. Alright, just hope for big boys, guys. Minstrel or big boys. That's not great. This isn't turning into a Cold Blood deck, is it? It could be. It's probably just the 4/4, the 4-drop. But what do we have for Cold Blood? Pyro, Harvest Golems, Mindbreaker, Scarlet, Necro. There's some Cold Blood targets. Yeah, Poison Juggles are really nice. We once killed a Stealth Volcanosaur with that shit. That was pretty insane. My opponent was like, what the fuck? I'm so happy we picked the big boys early and the sprint, right? It's looking all pretty good. It's not the Cleric for me. Honestly, this could be Cold Blood. I don't have Eviscerates, I don't have Sap. I need a little bit of a swing on the board. Ugh. I have Cold Blood, I have Fallen Sun, I have Crazed Elk, I have Mossy Horror. It might be the egg, but it's probably just booty. Pick a generic taunt. Okay. Ethan helps with a bigger body. Not a great minion, but we need a bit more beef in this deck. Plague Scientist for removal seems necessary. Still hopeful for 1 Minstrel or a Kidnapper or Valspine. Oh, thank God. That makes the deck so much better. Okay.
Valera versus Anduin.
The light shall bring victory.
Watch your back.
So, mulligans. We are looking for a good 3 Gastropod shard, I suppose. Color's a little too underwhelming for me. How did the Pally go? 9 and 3. 2 losses I don't think I could have prevented. The last loss I think I could. I Tarammed where I think I should have gone for a greedy Vinecleaver line. This might get 7, but not much more. You'd be surprised. The Kidnapper pick at the end, The Plague Scientist, that gives us 2 removal. The curve is not terrible, and it has some big boys. So this is actually an okay deck. But it might be a bit unconventional compared to what you're used to for most rogue decks. What are these points and how do you get them? You can get coaching sessions with them, so that's what they are. And you can get them by just being in the chat, accumulating points, and then betting them. You can use exclamation mark rewards to see the rules. They reset monthly, so if you're new, it might be tough to compete for this month, but next month you can get started. You can just practice some betting for this month.
Here we go.
Alright. Yeah, just having Charged Devilsaur and Violet Worm, that just helps you so much. And you can see how the sprint is really not looking that bad right now, right? We're kind of just using this priest as a punching bag right now. He's played 2 cards so far. Oh, that's rude. Collins is gonna come on at some point and a return. So for now, I'm fine trying to get some leaderboards in. If you want to be flex, it's quite likely that we can get a run in. But I understand if you have shit to do, my man. Because it depends a bit on how my wrists feel and when Collins comes in. But if you want to be a flex slot, that's very appreciated. That's up to you. Huh, he didn't coin heal. He has a coin. He didn't coin heal. So surprised. Also, why would you pre-hit that? Collins is available at the moment. It's up to you, man. I can refund this bet and we can draft. Like I said, it's your day, my man. It's your day. You can tell me when you want to play. There's no need to be rude, kind plum. You can... It's fine to have an opinion, right? And to enjoy the stream more solo. But just try to say it in a nicer way, okay?
For the crusade! Here we go.
How long do you usually stream for? For about 8 hours, and then I'll take an hour break, and then another 4, like 3.5 to 4.5, 5 hours. So usually it'll be quite some time. So he heals for 8.
Calm down, I'm a doctor.
Which means we're likely to win. It's only if he snipes the booty, right? And snipe the booty feels good, man. Oh wait, what? Did I miscount? I did miscount. I don't know where I got my damage from. Dr. Dido's DDS. Thank you for the 4 months in a row. Welcome back, you two. Hey, Ransu. Can't stay, Monka ass. Heals for 4 if you use the shield. True, but then the Scarlet can't push. Yeah, I miscalculated that at some point.
Valir versus Rexa.
Let the hunt begin.
Watch your back.
Not going to give Hunter a chance on my leaderboard runs. Hippopotamus. I hope you understand why. Keeping the sewer crawler is a bit weird. I think it's fine though, because the Mindbreaker really helps up with the trades. Need to do, I think, 4 or 5 more runs with Collins, and 5 or so runs solo, then I'm done. So 10 more runs or so, and then we can mess around. Also, 7 runs is still a low sample size, right? I don't think coining the snail into dagger makes sense. Because I mean, I think Collins and I have 9 runs with Rogue and we're averaging over 9. It's still way too small of a sample size, right? These guys know though. Did you enjoy the leaderboard runs? It's a nice change of pace, but I will also enjoy being able to test again. If I coin the crawler, I could dagger it and pass. If I coin the crawler, he kills the 1/1. Could freeze it and coin the snail. He bows, we trade. Grievous Bite destroys me though if I do that.
Here we go.
Kinda slow. You're still on stream? Oops. Okay. So we can betrayal and clear. We can freeze the Cobra, play our own snail, let him Grievous Bite on 4. We can freeze the Cobra, coin out the 2/3 and the 1/1. Next turn we can Betrayal Dagger, Betrayal Gastropod. I think I like that slightly more. I like the freeze on the Cobra to abuse Betrayal later. Alright, gonna get back into hearthstone mode here. You could have a Houndmaster, that's probably the main punish, right? Dire Frenzy, okay. Looks like we just going in, boys. Explosive shot, I guess. I kind of just want this to happen, so it makes sense. Looks like his Betrayal will get value, seeing as he shuffled some more Cobras in his deck.
Come to me, little ones.
Nice. Keeping it clean. Positioning wise, this is gone.
So many options.
Okay.
I smell blood.
There it is. 10 out of 10 positioning. 10 out of 10 with position like that again. I can double trade the 2/1s into his 5/6 and shiv it. And then dagger a 1/1 trade. Go face. That looks fairly good. Who subscribed? Yeah. Let the pyro do some stuff. Do we want a dagger? I kind of think we do, yeah. Keep the other thing healthier. Everyone panic! Everyone panic! Pretty annoying use of the pyro for us, I guess. One off, right? Because I might need the Devil's Star and stab something. If I can't set up lethal by going face, then it doesn't matter. Oh, he's drawing them fast.
Watch your back.
This is not a leaderboard run? It is, but... Did I say something, or...? Take 9 monk house.
Here we go.
Have fun, deal damage. You gonna bolt my face? No, you're gonna top deck it too. Good clear here.
Here we go.
I don't think that's better. 9 damage 2 drop. Casual. Okay. At least this is kind of weak for him. Ah, this is so awkward. I don't think playing Mindbreaker makes sense here. Let me just do it this way. I think you need a bit better out of the betrayal than that. We can use the health on the Harvest Golem as a resource. Only a fool protects, rejects. Yeah, no return. Okay. Holy fools, draft the Lich King. I don't think we're using Betrayal.
Here we go.
Either Redagger, play a 4, or a 2/5, or this and the Scientist. And I think it's Tempo Scientist here. I think we need to. Next turn becomes Weirdo, right? I feel like I need shit on the board.
Choose soon.
Okay. It's not the end of the world there. So you can have a 4/2 on an empty board using your Betrayal. And you can draw a card. Or you can just play Illusionist Dagger. I feel like it's worth using the Betrayal here. Everyone panic! Okay. That kind of works. Yeah, center it on. This is Tayrock. Get a bit of a close-up if you like. Here we go, boys. That's actually better, right? Whoa, 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 that's my line. This is bad. Oh, my brain is not working. Should have approached this differently today. It's not good.
Choose soon.
There's no good play.
Monsters behind you. Monsters behind you.
This play is so shit. Oh, he doesn't have minions in his hand? Okay, well, that's information. So these two are spells. Looks like the cat's out of the bag, boys.
I will purify the fallen.
That's really not a terrible kidnapper. It's just bad if this is Flame Strike, right? Or this, right? These are spells guaranteed.
The dark power.
This play is trash. I think I'm gonna stop leaderboarding after this game. Like, not today. No need to throw this run away.
You love my new recipe.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you guys would have done. Anything would have been better.
I will purify the fallen. I wonder. Too soon.
The sun has
Here
set.
we go. Already attacked. Rush me.
Yummy shroomish.
Feels like mossy, but it's kind of weird, right?
So many.
I think it's mossy. Feels like we milled cards, but just cycled a bunch.
The frost wolves stand ready.
It's fairly desperate. Kind of want a worm, but I don't think that's correct here, right? Gotta have the Etten block him out.
I see lunch now. Dinner.
I guess.
Here we go.
Happy I didn't play the worm. Shard is very nice.
Nice to meet you. Me angry. Me off the way.
So many options.
Big sharp pointy teeth.
Too soon.
That was wrong. Really wrong.
Here we
Not that it matters. I don't think we have the cards left to beat him.
Minion already attacked.
Yeah, we definitely don't have the cards left to beat him.
cards. I give up.
That was trash. Valira versus Rexar. Shadowblade keep against Hunter isn't the craziest thing. I think we're okay with that. We don't really have twos. And we know he has to come at us, right? So we'll do that. Kept 2 cards. Dash a little scary. Alright. I think with that draw we are happy passing, seeing as we can now either coin the weapon or the harvest golem. Without that draw you might, you know, coin dagger or something. Now coin harvest golem seems more than acceptable. Daggering early is a bit weird if you have a Shadowblade, right? Because then you're probably going to override the charge. And it's like you've just, you know, drew with hero powered, but without the armor. Which isn't exactly what you want. Honker, baby. Honker, baby! So it feels like we're just going to Shadowblade and clean this up. And have a fairly commanding lead early game. Next turn we have double 2s. In case the things don't add up. You could also just Scarlet trade here, but then he just trades, and it's not as powerful as just Shadowblading the Honker. So at the end of turn 3, we're up 5 power. That's pretty early to be up so much power. But he skipped his turn 2, and we coined 3 drops. So that helps. Definitely helps. Looks like, you know, it looked like a flanking, but was not. That's the pain. Speak to me. You could do some fancy stuff here, but it feels to me that we just play the Crusader, kill it with our face, and push 2. Because you can fall on Sun and free kill, but then the flip is useless, and you don't want to redagger. So I think this is a turn where we increase our flexibility for future turns and preserve the 2 mana minions and just play the Crusader. Use the face to take only 1. You're probably not going to want to use your face too much against hunters anyway, so it's a reasonable opportunity to use that. Even though Fallen Sun and free kill it with the minion is very efficient, I think this is slightly better. Well, this is going well for us for now. He needs to play into our things. Part of me wants to cobble up this 3-1 and start going in.
So many options.
I think we shall. I don't think I want to take the 3 here, because the flip doesn't really do much.
The sun has set for me.
That's not a, you know, a fun thing to deal with for Hunter. If you're a mage, all you need is 1, right? If you're a hunter, you have to throw your Hymen into that shit. Alright. It's pretty disgusting for us. I'll just be looking at chat in between the games, right, guys? I'll try to make this a habit for the rest of the leaderboard runs, which isn't too many. And then once we've, I think for the Collins leaderboard runs, I think it's like 4 more or so, and I think for myself the same, like 4 or 5 more runs. So after those are done, we'll go back to the usual. Me being, like, normally what I do is during my opponent's turn, I'm just looking at chat the entire time, and then I, you know, tab back into the game, see what happened. But for leaderboard runs, it's really inefficient. You want to be thinking about, you know, what your opponent could do and already formulate a counter to that. You want to see which cards he's debating on playing and all that, and just in general, right? It's better for your brain not to get distracted thinking about, because sometimes you guys ask questions, you know, about the game but unrelated to this game, right? And then I start thinking about like, oh yeah, what do I want to draft in Priest and stuff.
Love my new recipe.
Immortality.
Alright. Yeah, we just took this game where we saw he had a slow start and we punished him for that. Because everyone was also worse back then, right? So I just had I had an advantage because I played other card games. Okie dokie, what else was in here? Turns out Light's Justice Coin Tug is insane. Yeah, Phoenix. I've actually, a lot of my runs have had that. Did you play League ranked? Yeah, for sure. I started streaming League. Like, but the very first game I streamed was StarCraft, but that was, you know, I don't know. That was when Wings of Liberty was only out for a little bit, so it's a long time ago. What race did you play? Harem, baby. Alright guys, I'm gonna focus up again, right? I was... How much was I off? I think I was off 12 points for Challenger, so Dr. Live. Between... I'd say 20 points max. I can't remember. But those last 20 points are quite a push, so don't let that fool you. Alright guys, I'm gonna tab out of chat again and I'll be back after the game. I'll be commentating on the game, of course, but I want to keep some focus, because the last couple days I've been you know, struggling a little bit, where I've been getting a little upset at myself for making mistakes, and I think during a leaderboard run those are usually caused by me not really giving it 100%, right? So obviously the dagger is tempting and I think we will go for it. I'm just thinking we do have 2 3-drops, so coining 3 into 3. You have the pocket AoE here, which is nice, right? I think we will just go for the dagger. If he plays a lone champion or so, the Harvest Golem is actually fairly good, so it's not that big of a deal. That's fine. But I'll do the same thing again, right? I'll after the game I'll tab out and reply to everything in chat, so feel free to just ask questions right now. I'll just be answering them afterwards, right? So the instinct is to just go for the Harvest Golem. It's because Mindbreaker, like my hero power, is much better than his hero power right now, so there's really no reason to play this card. Also, the Harvest Golem works a bit better with the Scientist if he plays a high damage minion. Oh, I can actually poison the Pyro for Wrath of God, but that's not or Twisting Nether, I guess, right? Yeah, like I have my own Twisting Nether here, but seeing as I am the rogue, that seems unlikely that I want to do that.
Here we go.
Yeah, like this works better with this, but because this might survive, right? Because I said it the other way around. But I think I want to have the option of just hero powering, because hero power is so good for us. Mindbreaker was in a really low bucket, and I do think that, at least for Rogue, that's correct. You want to be a little careful when you play this thing. True Silver pass? Oh, it's going in. Sure. It's unfortunate for him. I think now I might just dagger up, coin the Mindbreaker, push 2. And then next turn I can go Pyro Poison or Shift Poison. Because I do want to play a body, and this makes no sense, this makes no sense, this makes no sense. So I think just by process of elimination we have arrived at getting the dagger out and then putting the Mindbreaker out. The Mindbreaker's effect is fairly irrelevant. I don't think he wants to make dudes anyway, now that I have my dagger out. But I do want to have the dagger out. You never know, right? You never know when you need a dagger. Ooh, the Plague Scientist is beautiful here. Let's hope he kills the 2-1. Ooh, or does he pre-hit the 2-5? Okay. That's still okay with us, right? That's still okay with us. Now the question is, are we gonna play the Pyro? And I think the answer is yes. We still have a fresh dagger, so I think I might keep his hero power off for now. I think it's still working in our advantage. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the Pyromancer here. Do I have positioning things? I do not. Okay, so I'll just do my usual positioning. I love this sound. Get him. It begins. Alright, clean. We got our big boys in hand, so we're not afraid at all of running out of cards. We have Cycle, we have Cult Master, and 2 big things, so we're doing okay. We just gotta play for board. By the way, guys, yesterday I drafted the fastest draft of my life. If you guys want to see me play and draft really fast, check out the second stream yesterday, the Mage. That was pretty fun to do. Okay, so Etten makes most sense for curve. You can Cult Master trade, you can Shiv kill it, but I think we'll just go ahead and play the Etten, see what he gets. Hopefully nothing too bad. Ooh, that is actually perfect for what we have. Everyone panic! Still holding on to the dagger charge. You never know if we're gonna draw with Cult Master and need more mana. Bone Drake. Worst case scenario, we double Shiv it and kill it with a 2 in our face, but that feels a bit weird, to be fair. I think a single Shiv here, maybe. What can I find though? Maybe just a 5 or a 4 to develop. The other one is Cult Master, bop this one in, get that cycled, and then just trade. Maybe that's better, right? Yeah, that wouldn't have worked. Everyone panic! I'll save the Shivs. I don't think we need to cycle them. Not the greatest turn ever. So if we Shiv, trade, hit, 3 dagger, we're left with a 4-10 instead of a 4-4 and a 4-2. But we have the Kidnapper now, so if he does come out big here, we got Shiv, Kidnapper. Primordial's obviously really bad for us. Looks like he didn't hit it, that's good. Sorry guys, it's a little gross. Steeding? We Steeden? We are not Steeden. Alright. We might still kidnap that. What are the alternatives? Shiv, Trade, Dagger. Does not sound too enticing at all. I think we're quite happy with the kidnap line now that we've drawn the gastropod. It's a nice little tempo swing there. Oh, we hate to play with fire here. We're not fire enthusiasts. Oh, that's such a killer combo, man. Damn. Alright, so it looks like we might be at his mercy here and just have to drop the worm. Ding, ding, ding. Combo breaker. We might just kill it with Shift Perditions. Yeah, Shift Perditions Necros seems a bit safer. Because if I play Worm and he somehow kills it and then pyros me, we're so sad. So sad, so sad. This is a sad, sad situation. Get him, boy. We're still doing okay, 20 health. Still have the board, still have the worm. Ideally, I never sprint in this matchup, and it's just pure tempo. We shall see. He still has that lion in his hand as well, so we can expect a 5-5 at some point. Or a big boy like that. This is probably where I just jam my worm and see where we end up. We could actually take 10 and kill it, but that doesn't seem too wise. I could flip my guy to 4, 4, 6, 8. That's not enough. It is enough if I go like Shift Cleric, but then I think you have to play Worm this turn, so I like playing Worm. If we flip his guy and take 10, we're down to 10 health. He plays the lion. I need to kill that as well. I'm not threatening lethal. I don't really like where this is going if we're doing that. So I think I do like the worm. I think I'll randomly buff a 1-1 here, which is a bit weird, but I think it makes sense. Okay, so I'm buffing the 1-1 because even though buffing the worm so that the 8 can go back in after he trades here is clean, if he has Dark Conviction, Alder, Humility, it will come out on the worm this turn and the buff will be wasted. If I buff the 2-4, yeah, okay, this is the only one where it's really bad, where he top decks Consec. We still have the Shiv, so it's not that big a deal. It's just annoying. Ooh, him trading here is pretty huge for us though. I understand because he fears the okay, that's fine. He fears the sap and stuff. The shift can kill the shield on the lion, so I'm not 100% on cycling it. I think I'm just gonna float 5 mana here and go flip Shadowblade. You can sprint here, right? You can sprint flip, but I think the Shadowblade on the 3-3 is too good not to. My boy Crazed doing some work here. It was really good that he did not jam 6 face for us there. I think that's a mistake for him, but with the heal I can understand. Without the heal I think it's super wrong, but with the heal I can understand. I would have still gone face if I were him. But he respects sap and assassinate and such, which is reasonable. We are a rogue, we have those things. We have already sapped his lion once. Alright, this might be a turn where we sprint, it depends on what we draw. Okay, Sewer Crawler is not sufficient. So are we sprinting or are we shivving? Because shiv also gets us a draw. I think this is a sprint turn. Alright, we hit a Cold Blood, that's excellent. We hit Fan of Knives, that's also pretty good. And Betrayal, who we can choose. Probably Betrayal, Cold Blood then, right? Betrayal here. Kill this, put this to 1. Bump, bump, Cold Blood trade, or maybe take the damage. We're pretty happy with the Betrayal here. That's 7 damage coming out of this thing. We can save the Cold Blood here and take 5, I guess. I'm not sure if we were threatening a lot of damage there or not. I think we did need to answer the threat, right? That was a very, very good sprint. That's exactly what you want to happen when you sprint. You want to sprint in lots of cheap options, preferably combo is already activated. He has a Deathwing. How nice for him. So, how do we beat Deathwing? We hit Charge Devilsaur. I'm trying to figure out whether I need to dagger his face or whether I should shiv the Deathwing. The instinct is just play these, try to deal with his next turn, take 12 once and try to win. But cycling now to find like Swift Messenger to deal with it, or Charge Devilsaur to deal with it could be good. How much damage am I gonna have? 2, 3, 4. He's at 11. 5. We don't beat him like that. The instinct is to do this, so I'm gonna follow the instinct, but the instinct might be wrong. It's because I might need to shift to deal whatever else he plays, right? Because I need to be able to deal with his next turn so that he's one off. But I can totally see shivving the Deathwing preemptively here to try and get the Swift Messenger activated for 6. Oh, yeah. That's not good. So now it's Devilsaur or bust, I think, right? Oh, thank you, Devilsaur. Okay, so now that we're not dead, we have the option of free killing the 5/5 and threatening lethal. We also have the option of killing the Deathwing and not being one of dying. If I trade the Deathwing and the 1/1 go face, he goes face. Gets a little weird from there, to be honest. I think I may actually just put myself dead to 1 damage. How much damage will I have? Alright, I'll shiv the dude and get some more clarity on this. I don't know, I think it gets dangerous as well if I don't threaten lethal here, but we'll see. Because the 5/5 just goes face, he plays another thing and it gets weird from there. Right? Then I'm just stuck answering the next wave of threats. Whereas this is a very do or die moment. He either finds it or he doesn't. If he has to trade Deathwing into the 7/2, we probably just win the game from there. But yeah, pretty Monka-esque board state. I think it's the right call, even though it's dangerous. Because you trade the Deathwing, he has the 5/5 on the board, he hits you for 5, you go down to 8, he plays other things, you can maybe kill the other thing, he hits you for 5 again. And it's a similar board state, but you're nowhere near as close to winning. Yes! Alright, that's good. Alright, good. So now we have a much better chance at actually winning. Not a very good mossy horror. I don't think we fan. I think we play these, dagger, maybe take one, maybe just trade and push face. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Gonna go ahead and do this. Do this. If I take the damage here, I go to 12. This is 4. It seems okay to push one extra face, because it feels like we're the aggro here now. Right. Well, I mean, we're both, right? We're both trying to kill him, and we both have more cards than him. So. Or we are both trying to kill him and have more cards than him. There. That's what I was trying. Man, we have cycled through our deck. Holy shit. We did not mill a single card, and we're 3 cards left. Okay. Yeah, this does set up lethal through the thing. There we go, baby! Clean game. That's the kind of games I want to be playing all day. Alright, here we go. Alright guys, gonna be going in the game again. This feels like a full mull. Like this thing doesn't seem too great, and we have 3s. We have 3-drop weapons. Like Sludge is a bit too greedy to keep, even though it's a warrior. Alright. Yeah, that game was tough. Like we did our best. The kidnapper was good. The pyro blew it wide open for him. The pyromancer with the bells was so good. It was 3 damage AoE to the board and put a big boy on the table. It's quite good. Even though the next turn could be awkward, I think you do have to go for it, play the golem, and assume that one of your weapons are good. If he doesn't do anything, then whatever. I'll probably just tempo a Shadowblade if he doesn't do anything. Or if he plays a stealth guy or so, right? That's when it gets awkward, like stealth or pass or whatnot. But pre-equipping the Shadowblade isn't the end of the world. Yeah, looks like he will do nothing. Like, that has the obvious upside that our opponent is doing nothing, right? So, it's kind of the point. It's like, it's a bit weird, but he's doing nothing, so it's okay. Alright. If he's got the Blood Razor as well to follow up on this, it gets annoying. It feels like he might have some kind of AoE, but I don't think putting this down makes any sense, right? He just smacks it, so... Oh, okay. Seems like a bit of an overreaction. So he brawled to kill my 4-drop. That man might have a lot of brawls. That's what that tells me. This feels like I just put the 2/6 down. He isn't giving us anything for our weapon. That's okay, I guess.
Rainbow Witch.
I was thinking about using my face, but it's too early. It's a pretty good shiv. That's what the shivs are for. Face into this, perditions, coldbloods, push. It's a lot of resources. Poison, kill it. I don't like that. Kill it, do nothing. I think we will invest our resources because I don't see the other plays doing well. So we could have pushed the 3 extra phase earlier, but I don't think it was correct, even though it would have ended up working out. Could have been worse.
I'm warning you. I'm unstoppable.
Never mind, that's actually pretty fucking annoying. I'm gonna use my combo cards, so it's a bit awkward, but I have the Devil Star next turn. I don't think you need to protect the... Okay. That's not the worst case scenario. I don't think you need to protect the 5-2 from the 4-4. If a 4-4 wants to trade into a 5-2, that's okay with us, yeah. So we didn't miss 6 phase, that's nice. Oh, that fits so nicely. That fits so incredibly nicely. Very happy with that one. You could kill the 1-3 for Bone Mirror and such, but it's 5 face and ideally he wants to trade it off anyway, so... I think it is correct to schmuck him. So I guess he has no intention of sacking the 1-3. We probably dodged some stuff with the Summoner. If Summoner had hit a Spellstone, it would have still been nasty. It feels like now you finally get punished for that card, right? Before at 6 mana, I was like, you know, it's like somewhat a silver hand, Knight at 6, it's not the end of the world, and sometimes you just win the game. Right now, it does feel like you get punished. Like if the card low rolls, there's an actual downside to it. Ah, okay. Wait, he didn't even poke 1 phase, did he? No. Okay. I think getting a draw with the Cultmaster here is fine to help preserve your dinosaur. But smorking him is obviously nice. Turning off his hero power is actually relevant for a change. We need to hope he just goes all in on a big taunt here. Cool little battle rage combo we had last turn. Alright, there we go. Super pants. Alright guys, I'll be moving into the game again. I'll be reading up chat afterwards. Could keep this Dagger, Mindbreaker, Necro. It's pretty modest, but it might be okay, because we've been coining the last few games. Without coin, the deck pops off a lot slower here. Yeah, that seems to make sense to me. Okay. I'll probably still Dagger because I'm gonna Mindbreaker. No, I'm not so sure. Because Pyro is also something you kind of want to keep. Okay. Now I think we just Gastropod. Sometimes the game changes your plan, which is okay. It's got to be flexible. Oh, the Mindbreaker might mess him up here. Please tell me that you were planning on Hero Power Coin 2 or something. Right. Man, this is so dirty. I think we just keep checking him, right? Make him swipe. Dirty little Mindbreaker turn there. Right. Oh man, if we want to, we can keep it alive. It'd probably be Glacial Shard Crusader. Because I can't Hero Power. The other one is trade off the poison, play the Crusader and the Pyro, go face, freeze the next thing.
So many options.
I'm starting to get like a really, really bad swipe, right? If I do it the other way around. Yeah. Let's not go crazy here. It's a little crazy, I think, to go for like, freeze this guy, set it up, you can do the thing. The Necro versus Druid might have been a poor keep for Plague. I don't really have 4s though, so... well. He's like, finally I can play things. He's pretty happy with that. We're also pretty happy with the Ethan here, I think. Gets us the big boy on the board. Okay.
Join or die.
I'll put it in. MC Tech, Starfall, Swipe. Actually, for Swipe, you couldn't reach it yet, but Starfall and MCT are 2 reasons. that's enough reason for me to put it in. Okay, that's a nice alternative to not play too much into Plague. So that saved us daggering up, right? Putting the Pyro in. I've been getting Starfalled so often lately. It just felt natural to sacrifice it. It did feel like he had something up his sleeve, right, to finish that off. But that's okay. Anytime your opponent needs to put 10 damage in your Etten, that's a good Etten. That's a good little Etten, right there. That's a good little Etten. I feel like this happens, this happens, this happens. Now I could freeze this, put a damage into it, push 2. That's mainly to hedge against Plague, because if I kill it, Plague becomes that much worse. Now he only gets 3, right? Which is still good, and he probably still takes it.
This will be
Okay. This will be grisly. 1, 2, 3, 4. I might actually go in with the 5-4 because it's so clean. Don't. Yeah, it's a lot of trading otherwise, right? Like, I don't love that he gets more value out of this now, but the trade seemed kind of natural that way. Just in case he's got a buff or so and he wants to kill a 5-5. Looks like he might have a buff and wants to kill a 5-5. Oh, is that it? No, that's not it. That's actually a pretty good hit. Harvest golems. Harvest golems everywhere.
Here we go.
Trade. UI. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Phase 5. Trade UI. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't get there either way, so may as well take the trade.
For the master.
Whoa, not UI. Cycle into an Ethan though. Oh. You wanna top deck me, buddy? I'll top deck you right back.
For the master.
The early game was pretty funny though, with the Mindbreaker and the snail.
The light shall bring victory.
Watch your back.
Wild growth into plague. Oh my god. Yeah, we were all in versus plague once we checked them for it. You can keep this hand, it just feels like it's not enough. But you can keep it. Last time we kept Necro, nothing happened. And you probably want to dagger, right? Try to find a better 3. Yeah. Feels a bit nicer. You can dagger that, but the next turn just gets weird. Nice. Pretty hit. Okay. That's what I thought, my man.
Here we go.
Violet Worm Illusionist could do some serious memes. Don't Shadow Madness me, bro. Oh man, you just can't have nice things versus Priest, can you? Right? Like now, I want to play the Illusionist, but what if you Shadow Madness as the Illusionists? I think you have to, but it's just you can't have nice things versus Priest, man. Because that thought steal is I have a Shadow Madness, right? And I don't want to play anything on this board because I have a Shadow Madness. I don't know, it's just such a lame situation where playing my card is bad. Like, doing nothing might legit be better here. Which is disgusting, right? But at least it gets the madness out of him, I guess, right? It's just... bleh. But I can almost guarantee you that he's gonna steal a 3/3 here and pop. It's just... if I don't do it... oh my god, that's so good for us. But if I didn't do it, then he just... it just becomes worse. That's a nice throw. Ooh. Bullet dodged, boys. If I hit 7 after this game, guys, I'll do a quick round of stretching, and then I'm gonna do a coaching session, and then we'll be finishing this draft later today. He might have Scream, but he doesn't want to Scream because he wants to pop the worm first.
Let's crash this party.
I think here I just sprint versus... like, I think I just go full face and sprint. Like, Snail into the Coffin Crusher is nice, but if it's a statue, it's not nice at all. Sprint is so nice to do here, because you're in a position where your opponent probably just wants to play it slow, which means that you get to spend your mana properly there. Some Pyromancer bullshit. Does he have a Lash on top? Let's hope he doesn't have a Lash on top. He's got another Duskbreaker and he's like, fuck. I pulled my dragon. Yeah. That would be funny.
Here we go.
It's funny, right? So, I guess he must have drawn a dragon here? I don't know. But it felt like that, right? You could... Yeah, it's either that or he didn't think it was necessary. You can coin Mind Control. If we push 7 face, he goes to 6. So you want to put out enough pressure for that. I feel like Betrayal here is fine. So now if he mind controls and trades the Pyro, I will flip the Mindbreaker to kill him. Okay. It's a lot of health, but we have Musty, so... So he's at 15, we have 11. No, we have 3 more, we have 14. Are we one off? 5, 6, 7, 14, yeah. But Flip and Mossy is actually quite cool here, right? You do lose your Alchemist, but that's okay. I don't think you Shiv his face.
You love my new recipe.
Here we go.
Second Deathwing, second win. Nice.
Here we go.
Good. Man, we pressured him.
Valir versus Rexa.
Let the hunt begin.
Watch your back.
Alright. Let's see. Deck is a mod now. You weren't here, Ansu. You weren't here. I had to advance further on my list, man. I like the Harvest Golem for this deck for sure. Kidnapper might have even been a keep. I'll try to be a bit more alert. Yeah, I think the kidnapper may have been a keep. Alright, let's figure this out. Is a pyro here better than a dagger, and why? It deals with cards he might want to razor, whatever. No, that means he'd have level 2. He'd have coined. You can coin bow, but that's okay. Doesn't feel like we're going to dagger with this hand anyway. Kind of feels like dagger with the harvest golem. Harvest golem on its own doesn't accomplish much. So, is it Adwokta's fault? Shady value shift? Correct. It's since that run for it's actually a number of things that came together for me to like shift now. But that run did illustrate it. I like Cold Blood Shady better. I don't think this is a Cold Blood meta. And the shivs have made my rogue decks flow really nicely, but I've really been enjoying adopting this defensive stance as a rogue. So we could kill that, but I don't think that's good here. I think we just play this. Hit him in the face. Let him trade with that thing. Would you pick Kidnapper over Valspine? Probably not, because Kidnapper is 1 mana cheaper. But if Kidnapper was 5 mana, I would. For sure. Because the sap effect, I think, is better. But I think the 1 mana cheaper on Valspine can absolutely make the difference. Monsters behind you! He's smirking. Ooh, he getting punished. Actually, that would have been good no matter what. So betrayal, 3, 4. Are we killing it or not? Might still ignore the dragon, honestly. Although we're going on a 50-50 for this thing to spawn. I buffed the wrong guy, right? That's fine. We can go face. Supposed to buff one of the things in trade, right? Yeah, but this is better, I think, anyway. Is the Twitch overlay not working? No, and I don't know why. Sure. It depends on the meta, Monkey Bottle. I don't think 2 mana Assassinate would be better than Sap right now, yeah. It's kind of funny, huh? Yeah, triggering death rattles. If in this particular meta, if you sap something, it's usually just dead. Mossy value. So much mossy value there, for sure. Killing the Leok and small casualties on my side.
Well played.
Valir versus Jaina.
You asked for it. Watch your back.
Don't think this is a hand where you keep it. Yeah, maybe I should have killed the Leok. It is usually crazy how they can pull it back with hounds. I think you're right. I don't think it costs me a lot to kill it. And I can always just freeze his face.
Winter is here, and it's cold.
Here we go.
This is where Shadow Blade's a little better. You don't take the phase damage and you have 3 reach into next turn. But it's okay. If he plays a ley line here, we can still Cleric, Pyro, kill it. If he plays a Water Rally, then me.
The sun has set for me. Here we go.
So, decent early game for us. He does have the glyph in his hand already. So he can swing the tempo with that later. Secret's annoying, as it always is. Could be Scientist, so we get a dagger out, so next turn I can Etten and have a dagger. I don't know. Feels like it could still be spell related. Secrets mess me up when I'm a rogue. Meteor win the game. Sounds good.
Here we go.
I feel like I've already lost because of the runes. It's kind of monka ass. Shift casual 8 health gain there. I don't know, it feels like a snipe, but I guess not, right? Otherwise he wouldn't have played into Betrayal that much. It just feels that every turn it's really annoying. I'm gonna assume this one is mirror. Which means the worm is suicide. Yeah. I don't know. He was so happy to jam the mirror into this turn, so... That doesn't prove it's a snipe anyway, but it just really felt like mirror. Because he was so sure, like... But then again, he did kind of play into the Betrayal, so I don't know. I don't know, chat. It did feel like a mirror, really likely though. If you didn't shift, you could have played Sludge though. Yeah, but if you take the 8, you may as well just concede. This guy is a well-known constructed player from Russia. Why would he be the real guy? Aren't there like 100 guys with his name running around?
What to do? What to do?
Wait, is this guy... He's not playing... This guy doesn't play Arena anyway, right? It's like you play against Trump or Reynad. It's like a Trump or a Reynad. If he's the real deal, then of course, you know, he never snipes. What's my average at the moment? Exclamation mark stats. Oh yeah, he would have golden, right? Of course, it's not the real deal because he would have golden. All right, let's figure this out. This feels good. Go the Mindbreaker. Alright, I'll focus on the games.
Engaging TC Hunter into this location.
Hey, what's up, Ritzman? Oh, it's an 8 mana pyro. Okay. I was like, Fireball doesn't cut it. It's an 8 mana pyro. Sniping, but was not good enough to avoid the betrayal being good for me. Then again, he may have set it up in a way where he was baiting me to take the 8 and then the pyro would have been good. So in that way it would have made sense even if he was sniping. But even so, unless his hand was very awkward, it's always wrong to play the volcano sword next to the ogre there. Because even if he goes, he needs stealth divine shield, right? Yeah. Are you cured now? No, it's a process. It's a process. I suppose the term would be healed, right? In this case, yeah, because it's not really a disease. Like top deck the shift. Yeah, I did top deck the shift. Yeah, you didn't know I had it. Doesn't really make sense to kind of harvest with this hand, so we'll deploy pyro. I don't like dagger when I have the coin here. That's a bit awkward. I'm not sure you have the same ones, so this. It's always possible, but unlikely. We open up the poison this way, right? Coin, poison, dagger. Or just craze dagger if it's ironwood. Fallen Sun dagger would be okay. Puts a decent amount of pressure out. That's just, it's part of getting older as well, right? So this, so I consider it an exercise in being okay with whatever is something you can't change. We all need to be okay with that as we get older. We will have less and less. I mean, not like crazy if you take care of yourself, right? But as we get older, you get just, you know, a body that performs less. So. Does poison pyro kill everything? Yep. Why not shattered and flip?
I must safeguard the land.
Oh, I keep a 4/2, right? Oh, but I use my flip. Okay, I don't like it. It's not a bad messenger, I just want to look at the alternative. Because I am floating 1 mana. I could flip coin Grim Necro, but that's right into the plague. Grim Necro is such an awkward card versus Druid. Like I feel like I can never play this until the very late game when I've already checked them for plague. One day you have bad everythings. Baron Drake, eh? Hate it when I can't sap this thing or punish it. Feels like I'm taking 6 and flipping the messenger. Get a 5/5 out. Keep my poison guy for iron barks and such. Don't think we booty bay.
You love my new recipe.
Here we go.
That was wild. Still don't want Necro out for Plague. Are you gonna do a mystery draft with Collins? At some point, yeah. At some point. Oh, when? At some point.
Let's see.
It's not planned. I thought you asked if we were going to. Probably next month. We'll see when we get done with our leaderboards. Maybe at the end of the month when we're done with leaderboards. Collins incoming? Normally, yeah. He might already be lurking. We'll see. Alright, I'm gonna focus on my game, guys, and I'll be in chat after.
Time goes short.
Time goes short.
Smelly fish. Yummy fish.
Yeah, that's not what you want to get out of your thingamabobs. These things have to happen, right? I kind of want to push face. But I don't think it's correct. Starfall's still not so good here because he can't access our thing.
Here we go.
The chance that I redagger next turn is still reasonably high because we can't play this for until I don't know. It's just like he still hasn't been on a point where he had to Plague. Alright, we might not have a choice now. Because I need an activator for
Dark path is
my
my
boy. Let's see if he has it. Far left. It's a lot of big stuff left. Ah, finally. That's what we were waiting for.
for the master.
Here we go.
That was wild.
Good. That's why we held it against Bone Drake, right? To try and get the swing versus the Iron Bark or something similar. No Plague again. It's pretty lucky versus Necro.
Where shall I start?
Here we go.
I'll hedge a bit against the top deck Plague now, right? Well, he has 4 draws since we last checked him.
Put this apple on your head.
Okay, that's only 3 scarabs if he does it though. No, that's good. Everyone panic! Popping off, I see. Then a Nash, yeah. Our opponent appears to be popping off, as they say. Replenish.
Beetleberries, my favorite.
What's this? A dragon, okay. Might be Temporis, right? If he's still holding it.
Win them all.
Yeah, probably Temporis. Can't win them all.
Valera versus Anduin. The light shall bring victory.
Watch your back.
I think we need a stable early game, but man, these three are really nice against Priest as well. We don't have a Minstrel in this deck, yeah. This is the deck where we really need to sprint. Kidnapper's so nice, but I think we need to find early game, yeah.
Is someone injured?
Alright, I'll focus on the game again. Caught up on chat.
Here we go.
It's harvest time.
Here we go.
Big sharp pointy teeth.
That's a bit nicer if he heals. You go, girl. You heal that minion. Doesn't feel like we need to Gastropod Dagger. I think double trade and illusionist is fine. Next turn, Gastropod Perditions.
Monsters behind you.
Look at all that lifesteal. That's why I went with the 2-3 and the 1-1, so I could play just the 4. We could get double Gastropod if we sack the 3. Mossy is the worst one to pull, because it also gives him the idea of what, you know, the knowledge of what we have. Looks like we won't be revealing that information to him. The problem with the Gastropod is Shadow Madness and he's played very, very slow. So I'm considering shiving and killing it with Perditions, pushing 5. He's floating mana, his turn 4 was heal pass. So the chance that he has situational cards in his hand is pretty high. So if you play Gastropod, he'll Shadow Madness this and trade it into the Gastropod, which is really bad for me. So I'll play the slightly safer route.
Here we go. change your mind.
Good tempo the Mossy here. But it's definitely not required.
So many options.
Mossy and Clear would leave us with a 2/7 and something else, which may or may not be useful. The other one is Grim Necro now. Kill this guy's Redagger. He heals each. I don't like Fan.
Choose soon.
Backstab.
Here we go.
I'll Fan for that. Oh, now he just steals the golem though. Right. Ooh, doesn't have the Shadow Madness. That's really good. Maybe it was just safer to go here. You buff it up all you want, my man. So this is great, right? He just gave us the information. I have no way to deal with a snail. Please use the snail here so I can use my free from Ember. So with that information, we'll quite happily develop another snail. Which is funny because he knows we have another snail. Feels like he's just feeding us stuff because he doesn't want the Ember to die to the snail. Which means we'll keep the snail alive, of course, make it annoying on him. Illusionist doing something that's kind of nice. That's the Priest life. If you don't have your situational card and your opponent has a gastropod, you just, yeah, look at him. Oh, it's so funny. I might even trade with the worm for mind control, right? Now if he steals my Etin, I will just use the poison to kill it. And then the mind control won't hit my worm, which is good. Still steals the worm. Okay. Can we punish that? So we know he's got the Amber or whichever really good minion he doesn't want to give up. Do I tempo the Pyro? It feels like I do. Because I think flipping here or flipping the statue is too good, right? It's a bit weird with the sprint, I have to AoE my board now, but I think the 3 damage might matter. An elemental draft of some sorts, I guess. keeping a 3-1 at the expense of damage on my board and taking 8. I don't think it's correct. Slow, steady aggression here. We're moving forward one step at a time, trying to have a really solid position.
The sun has set for me.
Okay. Man, it feels like everything just fits in this game. Like, poor guy. Everything just fits so well. Wow. It's kind of ridiculous how well everything fits. I think this is the concede turn if he doesn't have Scream, and even if he has Scream, it's weird. It's all because he didn't have a Shadow Madness, right? The snails destroyed him, and we played around the mind control. He still has 3 different spells left in his deck, so it's very possible that he has a Madness. He just never got to use it. That's why I always hold. 14, 15. I missed one, I know, but I wasn't gonna play anything, but I was looking at Primordial Drake and I don't like it if this isn't buffed. Okay. Plus then he gets to go like, oh my god. You keep the Death Rattle going. Oh, you're right, you're right. Maybe. I did look at it, I just didn't like it, so maybe there was another reason. If you guys are having a good time here and you're new to the channel, consider hitting the follow button. I stream basically every day but Monday. We try to do 10, 11, 12, 13 hour streams, especially in the weekend. So it's much appreciated. And yeah, just enjoy the streams, guys. I think we do keep the Cleric. Oh, it's a Paladin. I thought it was a Hunter. Does that change things at all? I don't think so. I think this is fine on turn 3 after coining Golem, if you get a good play for it. Yeah, now it's definitely fine. I think with the option of keeping the Harvest, it's fine to draw. You lock yourself out of spells the next turn though, which is weird. And you do get an Pyro AoE, right? As opposed to Mossy is a bit more flexible. He crabbing, boys. Let's take our time. So Perdition's kill it isn't great because whatever he plays next turn, it's very unlikely we'll be able to kill it with Perditions. Coining the Sewer Crawler is a bit more vulnerable to a buff, but it does allow us to kill the crab and then either play Harvest or Perditions to kill his next play. Harvest Golem is the safest line, but also the slowest line. I think we go for the sewer crawler. And then if he buffs, we'll use the perditions to clean it up.
Calm down, I'm a doctor.
Internal burn. Thank you, my man. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. Hope you're enjoying the show and enjoy your emails, my man. Ah, the classic hit the face, because why the fuck not, eh? Alright. Don't think we necessarily punish that, but it's just wrong. We just clear with perditions, as we mentioned, and then we're up 4 power, and we're looking good. Really, really weird that he didn't kill the 1/1. Like, he's trying to bait me into something, I guess. Right? God knows what. It's maybe a ploy to... yeah, no idea, guys. It just seems strictly wrong to not kill a 1/1 there. You give me the option to kill your Cobra like that. Gastropod dagger seems strong. Empty board. For him, we have a gastropod and a dagger. What's the alternative? It's not very good. Yep. So we're still up. We're still ahead on board. Good. I really just can't get tired of Rogue. It's so much fun. Wow. What does he have? Please just make a dude now. That'd be perfect. Wow. Jams a Stonel into a snail. I'm not saying he had a choice, right? I'm just saying it feels weird. This to me feels like he has a source of 1 damage and wants the snail to take 1. It could also just be like, hey, I have nothing to do, let's try and find the Terran. Regardless, I think buffing the snail up to 2 health can be very well worth it here. So I'll do that even though the stats are likely wasted. It just feels like, I don't know, man, like, who does that, right? Jam a Stonel into a snail? Like, it feels to me like he might have a damage, and he's just saying I'll deal with it next turn.
Truth is my shield.
Sludge is nice. I think I might just messenger that and keep the snail. That's not great into Primordial Drake, but he can't cast it yet. The other one is to use the dagger and the snail into his guy and to put the illusionist down, which is a fair bit slower, but it's steadier. Then you have illusionist, which can potentially pop worm from your hand, which is nice. You lose the ability to use your snail into whatever he plays next. But you have a lot of power on board. We actually want to invite a Vine Cleaver, huh? For Vine Cleaver, it's better to sack the snail. That's true. And I think he'll still take the Vine Cleaver. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the play that's best against Vine Cleaver. And I'm still going to, you know, have a really nice turn in case he does take it. It's definitely a Vine Cleaver you take. So this is a check. Do you have it in your hand or not? He's a 10-win paladin. So far we've seen 1 Stonehill, nothing too crazy. Okay. Crazed Alchemist looking nice. I don't think I played a sludge for tempo, even though it's very nice here as well. I think we are holding it for Silver Sword, even though Silver Sword actually, it actually doesn't save him anymore, huh? No, it's actually too late for him to use the weapons. We won't sack it, but it's funny. Oh, I tried to. I'm trading with this one to save my dagger charge, because I'm likely going to play Worm next turn. Just. And a humility? Wisdom. Okay. Ooh. I don't think we take it, but ooh. I think we take it next turn. Just sack the card draw. Play the Worm this round. And then we take it next round. Like, even if he Primordial Drakes us, right, I think the Worm is still better because it allows you to actually kill the Primordial Drake and give the Paladin board. He doesn't have it in his hand yet, but he might have drawn it because we gave him 2 cards now with Wisdom. But I think even if you were guaranteed Primordial, I don't think I would have called Master Tear. But we'll take it now because it's a great, great amount of value. And we all about that value. Cards, baby, cards. Cards, baby, cards. That's a pretty nasty Cult Master. Now we have Kidnapper, if he steeds or any of that. Looks like Public Steed, yeah, that's fine. So we have it with the Shadow Blades. Yeah, 10, 18.
Well played.
Good. Good. I'm enjoying these full focus runs. Paladin is nice. That is our preferred matchup out of the high win decks. For going first, we need a good hand. This is a bit scary. I prefer going second, not with that 1-drop. If we hit a 1-drop, first is good. But we only have 1, so it's pretty lucky. What we need now is a good 3-drop, because I'm probably daggering on turn 2. If I dagger on turn 2 and Shadow Blade on turn 3, that's not so great. That is perfect. So Messenger will be a 6-2 on 4. Because Shield started in the opening hand. So far so good. This is a very, very, very passive opener from our opponent. Shadowblade Coldblood push 6 is good. Double trade, put a Messenger on board is bad. Messenger is guy, keep a 2-5 and a 2-1. Not as good. Okay. Let's put some pressure. This feels like a deck where he just wants to hang back and play disgusting late game Paladin cards, so let's not allow that. My boy Shiv. Not being able to redagger kind of sucks here, but Shiv is just so good. It's the end of my turn though, so... The side effect of all this smorking is that even if he does land Vine Cleaver or Silver Sword, it'll be hard to use because his life total will be so low.
Give me a quest.
Okay. So I can have a 6-2 on an empty board and have a dagger. Or I can have a 3-3 without a dagger, but 3 damage in his face this turn. That doesn't seem worth it. I could also ignore it, but that seems like I'm asking for trouble. This is a slow deck. Slow decks usually have a lot of steeds, right? That's why they're here. They have steed to stabilize. So I think a 6-2 on an empty board seems preferable. There's definitely a good play by him to stabilize a little bit. Had we had our dagger out, like last turn, right, if Mindbreaker wasn't a Mindbreaker, this would have been better for us, because we would have just dropped the Booty Bay. But we can't, so we have to sacrifice it and get the dagger out. I do think a 6-2 is better than a Mindbreaker. We also get the dagger, which is huge, right? So it's not uncommon for those decks to have Consecration, so you could see it here now. Okay, the Booty Bay will bait the Vine Cleaver, which is pretty darn likely. Which then will get oozed, then will stabilize. And he's not even incentivized to play a big taunt because of the snail, so if he has a Vine Cleaver, it's coming out. Okay, so no Vine Cleaver in the hand. Somewhat guaranteed. Unless he's watching, but I don't think so, right? He's played some weird things already. But, you know, like under normal circumstances, there's no Vine Cleaver in his hand. Which means we're gonna tempo ooze. And hope we don't get punished. I 11 of my cards I can combo with Kidnapper. Trying to figure out if I should leave him with something or not. I think the answer is no. There's no guarantee I'll be able to kidnap the steed, so I'll do this. If I didn't have the read, he had no weapons, I think 5 face would have been necessary. If it's just Silver Sword, it's okay. Five phase did seem tempting there. Yeah, okay. Vine Cleaver would have been a bit annoying, but Silver Sword is okay. I'm not gonna well-play them because we don't have lethal yet, right? I don't really want to sprint here, but I think one of the only ways he comes back is he has like a huge play here, and then we'll need to sprint to take care of it. I think a likely play for him here is to go all in on the steed, right? Like, dude, steed, go face. And then the kidnapper will solve that problem. But you can really see how the early smork with the cold blood makes this weapon almost useless now. We haven't given him a steed yet, so it feels common, right? Yeah. Okay. That's GG. I wouldn't take the damage if I were him. I should go face. Not that it matters. Nice! Feels like a really, really fun deck to get 12 with. Have to work for all the wins. Good. Kidnapper. I'm telling you guys, kidnapper. I'm not really afraid of stream sniping. I'm just saying it might happen sometimes, right? I'm not a very big streamer, so it's not really a problem for me. But it happens. For sure. The arena world is a small world, so if you think it doesn't happen, then you are fooling yourself. Is Kidnapper better than Valspine? I think it's close, yeah. I actually don't know. I think most of the time... I think the reason why I like Valspine a tiny bit more is it's 1 mana cheaper. I said this earlier today. If Valspine would be... If Kidnapper would be 5 mana, I would prefer Kidnapper for sure. For this meta.